Hello everyone, and welcome back to another part of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. I have quite a headache today, but I figured I would give it a try. I mean, the whole recording thing. I hope it goes well. I took something for my headache not too long ago, so hopefully that kicks in eventually. But yeah, anyways, let's get to it. Blah. Blah. After leaving Yukun in the hall, I've been walking around the school building in search of other Persona users. The shadows and Persona fragments are building up at a surprising rate. Perhaps I'm feeling a little worried as the fog thickens with the passage of time. Because I was walking faster than usual, I was able to come across a new area quickly. Just in case anything happens, I keep my gun in my hand. I slowly slide the door open with my other hand. Beyond the door is a room with eerie light pouring in, and Sho is sitting on a coffin. All he's doing is staring at the giant clock looming in the back of the room. When he notices me, he slowly turns in my direction.
Huh? Oh, it's just you. Hey there. Looks like it's going well. Getting plenty of Persona fragments, huh? Yeah, it's going so well, I'm bored as shit. I want to see them cry and groan and pain and all that good stuff. Actually, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and go take them apart. Well, there's no need to rush. After all, they can't leave this place. Huh? Well, yeah. I'm getting so bored. I should just go take out a couple of them. Whoa, hold on there. There's no need to get hasty when the plan's going so well, right? It'd be easier to just sit back and wait. What are you talking so big for? Want me to stick my sword through your ears?
With that, Sho slowly draws one of his katanas, then turns it and stabs it into one of the coffins lying around. He keeps hacking at it without a word, as if scratching an itch. I take this bizarre action as a sign of his madness.
Ooh, scary. Can't you calm down a bit? You won't beat anyone like that. And you came to get me because you needed me, no? You sure it's a good idea to kill me just because I rub you the wrong way? Cripes, what a wet blanket. Did you just come from a picnic out in the rain or something? Don't get the wrong idea. That guy has nothing to do with this. I can kill anyone I want if I feel like it.
With a sudden fury, he unsheaths his other sword and points it at my throat. Kill anyone if I feel like it, huh? Don't get cocky, you little asswipe.
Then go on ahead. It's easy, right? Have you actually killed anyone before? This guy's really pissing me off.
Sho sheaths his swords with a sneer. I'd figured as much. But now it's clear that he doesn't like people acting superior to him. They see people like him suffer from inferiority complexes, but I don't give a damn about his past. What's more important right now is... I take a quick glance at the exit of the corners of my eyes. All this sneaking around is really bugging me. They think they're hiding, but I can see the shadows on the floor. Those kids from the investigation team are as inept as ever. I move around and keep Sho from noticing them and walk towards him.
Look, there's no need to fight. Once it descends, after all, the world's going to totally disappear. Why spend your time dealing with them, you know? Just ignore those kids. That's not the problem. I look at those guys and I can't stop gagging. They just herd together like best buds. I don't know why they're so full of themselves. It makes me want to beat the shit out of them. Get them to cry like babies. You get me? Yosuke, Chie, get back!
Oh. My bad. Damn, I guess he did notice. Sho reaches behind his back and pulls out a knife, then throws it at them. The knife fails to reach them, and thuds onto the ground at their feet.
You're so lame. Such a frickin' irritating bunch. I hate to even look at you. I just want to see you completely destroyed.
His anger-fueled shout echoes throughout the warped room. Figuring that it's useless to hide any longer, Yukun and his little friends step into the room. Damn it. I didn't want to meet them. Show any more than absolutely necessary. My plans have changed a little, but I can't help that. I think it's best if I play the spectator for a while.
Show me, Nazuki. What are you planning?
Huh? Weren't you listening? I'm gonna get rid of all you disgusting pests and make this a world I can stand to live in. What?
Don't be ridiculous! That won't help anybody but you!
Yeah? So what? Of course it only helps me. I'm saying you're disgusting, so you should all just die.
This isn't funny anymore. You're totally nuts. Are you saying that nothing else matters as long as you're satisfied?
Aha! Well, duh! Friends? Bonds? You worthless pests aren't accomplishing anything but licking each other's wounds! Shitty pests in this shitty world have no goddamn call to give me their shitty lectures. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get rid of every shred of everything.
You really are a piece of shit that's not worth saving. You've got no right to do that.
The world will be much quieter soon. Just like here, a wonderful place where there's no one else. It's all for me.
What? A world with no one else?
Ugh, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Just hurry up and get smashed to pieces, you shitty pests!
There he goes again. Is this that youth anger I hear about on the news? My, so scary. Sho explodes in anger and pulls out his katanas again with a menacing look on his face. He's just way too willing to hurt people. I may as well try to stop him, even though it's probably not going to do any good.
Whoa, what are you getting all worked up for? You really shouldn't do that. And you shut up too, you piece of shit! Come get me. I'll beat the life out of you. You'll be begging for mercy.
The red pillars in the corners of the room immediately shine as Sho takes a combat stance. Never seen a stance like that before, but even I can tell that this is a little more than a kid playing pretend samurai. Something that was honed for a single purpose, to swiftly and efficiently kill their prey.
I can't believe our town is such a mess because of that guy. There's no way I'm sitting back and letting it happen.
I'm with you. We'll show you with our own fists how strong you can be when you have something to protect.
Show strong. Don't let your guard down.
Wait, do I seriously have to fight? But this is Adachi's story. Okay. Good.
You little...
It was Sho who fell from the ground at the end of the intense clash. The red pillars shatter, signaling that the battle has been decided. Huh, I didn't expect this. Sho holds onto his chest in pain while he gasps, kneeling on the ground. From my perspective, as a spectator, Sho was just as strong as his opponent. No, he was better in every way. Sho was faster, stronger, and focused on his opponent's weaknesses. So, why did he lose? Well, duh, it's pretty obvious. The answer is simple. Persona. Sho didn't use a persona a single time during the fight. That means he doesn't have the power to use one. Didn't know that before, so learning this is a big plus for me. The other personality, Minazuki, used a persona. It's kind of weird since they're the same body, but they say that personas come from the power of the mind. Guess it makes sense that one of them might be able to use one while the other can't.
What did I tell ya? This is because you kept using those weird powers. You got all puffed up because of someone else's gift.
Whoops, I accidentally spoke my mind in front of Sho. I quickly cover my mouth, then notice Yukun watching me. still in this fighting stance. I guess it's only natural that they'd want to be wary of me, but damn.
Are we fighting you next, Adachi-san?
Huh? Oh man, don't be ridiculous. Why would I do something that hard?
Hard? Aren't you supposed to be on show's side?
Show's side? Give me a break. Come on. Isn't there someone else besides me you should be worrying about?
Someone we should worry about.
That's right. This isn't over yet. The troublesome thing about Sho is that the fact that Minazuki is there too, and Yukun doesn't know about him yet. If Sho's been beaten, he's not just gonna lie there and take it. This saves me the trouble of having to explain everything myself, but it's no good for me if they happen to get killed. Ugh. Am I gonna have to babysit these kids myself?
Persona.
And there he is. The instant Minazuki sets up, a reddish-black shadow appears behind him and attacks the investigation team. The tables are quickly turned, and soon Minazuki got the kids cornered.
Let's end this.
Sorry, there's a vacuum cleaner going on, so I'm gonna have to mute my mic. Alright, I think we're good for a bit. The two personas come together violently, but it's clear that Yukun's at a big disadvantage.
Get a grip, damn it. You're gonna get yourself killed at this rate.
If that happens, my plan would have been all for nothing. I have absolutely no interest in what happens between those two brats, but I can't let them get killed. Just when I thought it was time for me to lend them a hand.
Persona! Persona!
So he's actually thinking about helping. Interesting. Two personas appear from the red fog and attack Minazuki simultaneously. Minazuki's persona is stunned, and its relentless attack stops.
Yukun! Senpai, are you alright?
Yeah.
It's Naoto Shirogane and some other girl I don't know, who's carrying a giant axe. They come running in and Minazuki sighs.
More imbeciles. It seems deploying doppelgangers made from shadows wasn't enough.
Don't move. Get away from Yukun, or I won't show any mercy.
No need for histrionics. I'll concede now without them. Though, should I at least get rid of Narukami first?
Minazuki points his blade at the kneeling Yukun. Unlike Sho, Minazuki would be able to kill Yukun like he was squashing a bug. He can't be underestimated. I'm actually gonna have to stop him this time. I walk into the center of the room, placing myself between the two.
Sounds like a bad plan. Haven't you ever heard the saying, the cornered stag is most dangerous? I don't think you have time or energy to waste.
No. Why are you here?
Naoto-kun's eyes widen with surprise over seeing me, and then... The school building begins to creak again. The shaking is longer and more intense than when I was on the roof, meaning that the power Minazuki's collecting is coming closer. It seems things are progressing a lot faster than I thought they would.
Ah! Whoa! What is the shaking?
It's begun. I'll be taking my leave. All that's left is to see this through.
Hey, hold it!
When Minazuki turns his back to leave, the other kids surround him and prevent his escape. But Minazuki doesn't show any sign of panic. In fact, he gives them a mocking sneer.
You truly love to swarm, don't you? You find your strength by herding together. But there are enough persona fragments now. I have no need to deal with you anymore.
What is this? My legs.
Ugh, this again.
It only takes an instant. The moment Minazuki's eyes glow red, the air shakes and the kids in front of me suddenly stop as if chained down. Seeing that confirms my suspicions. Minazuki's capable of using his persona to control others. He used his power to control that detective in the interrogation room.
Overtaxed. I've been relying on this bar of power too much. But now it's not the time to hold back.
Minazuki spares one last glance at Yukun's group and runs off into the fog. The other kids are frozen like statues and can only watch him disappear. Free to do anything. There's no point in me chasing after Minazuki, so I just let him go. Once Minazuki's gone, Yukun's group is released from whatever holds them, and they fall into the ground. Perhaps it was pretty hard for them. They all seem to be in a lot of pain. Before they can even catch their breath, the sound of the footsteps approaches through the fog. A beauty in a skin-tight black catsuit shows up. Yeesh.
I'll take over from here. Let's begin. Bring on the ring.
When the lady yells out, red pillars reappear in the corners of the room and the invisible wall locks into place. Being stuck again seems to confuse the kids, and the situation is out of their depth.
Mitsuru-san?
No, that's a fake.
Where's Minazuki?
He's gone already. Hey, not to butt in, but don't you think you're in over your heads a little this time? Didn't you see his power? You're up against more than just that brat.
I shout at them from beyond the invisible walls. There's no time for them to figure out this stuff on their own. Just get it already. It's with a bit of annoyance that I continue on.
I mean, don't you think it's a little late? He said he has all the persona fragments he needs. So all that's left is to summon that thing, and then jam the fragments he's gathered into.
As I say that, a rapier swings right in front of my nose. I blink in surprise and see a few strands of hair falling right in front of my eyes like a comic. She may be a hottie, but I don't need a chick swinging sharp objects in my face.
That might have hurt. What was that for?
You speak too much, imbecile. Should I deal with you instead?
Whoa, no way! Where'd you get that idea? All right then. I did try to warn you guys.
I've said enough already. Even the stupid investigation team should get it by now, right? I turn my back on them and quickly leave the classroom. If they realize Joe's plans, then they should be heading for the top of the tower. At the peak, they'll find countless shadows, the persona fragments, and that power. The pieces are all there. Then again, it'll take them some time to get out of that barrier. There's even the possibility that they might not make it to the top.
Seriously, give me a break.
Either way, I've got to disrupt Joe's plans somehow. I pat my jacket to reassure myself that my gun is still holstered at my waist, and run for the stairway leading to the top of the tower. Can we get a really hard fight or something? Like, spice this up a bit. All seems the same. How disappointing. Very well then. It looks like I'm gonna have to do a battle. So there's no action happening here. It's very disappointing. Anyways.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
I guess I'll play along.
Picture in your head your own appearance. If you could choose someone to encourage you on, who would it be?
It's time for your execution.
Very well.
Okay then.
Defeat all enemies standing in your way.
Wow, you're pretty well made. I'm impressed.
I'll make it rain blood.
Persona 3 music.
One. Fight.
Your attention, Hey, what's the matter? Is that your best?
Adachi.
I'm ended.
This is seriously too easy.
Round 2. Fight.
Don't worry, the battle's just begun.
Drop dead! Coming at you! Guess what? See? Hey, what? Drop dead! Ha! You're too slow! Hurry up and get lost! Hurry up and get lost! It ends here! Is that your best? Hey, now! Drop it! Take it! You're too slow! Take it! You're too slow! You're too slow! This is what reality is.
Adachi. Win.
That was hardly a challenge. Oh well.
Player 1 is the winner.
Why did I stick my head into this stupid situation? I'm getting tired.
Maybe I'll just pretend that was entertaining.
Welcome to the Velvet
Wow,
Room.
that was such a good fight. Oh my
This
gosh.
place exists between Dream and
How entertaining. I'm bored. I'm sure in good shape considering I never exercised while I was in jail. I wonder if it's thanks to that bland health food. As I climb the top of the tower through the fog, I come up into an open area. Looks like this is my goal. Looking up through the powerful winds, the gathered shadows swirled at the top of the tower, giving off a sinister power.
Oh, it's totally red. I wasn't ready for this.
Nope. That pun was just awful. I shake my head and look up at the cloud of shadows swirling around in the sky. The whirling storms sucks in one shadow after the other like a tornado. I gulp at the sight up close.
The things a brat can dream up are scary. You wouldn't stand a chance if you got swallowed up in this. I guess Show's scheme is a huge success so far.
In the middle of the red fog is a clear object the size of a persona, giving off light as it floats. I see. So that's all the fragments he kept shaving off from the persona users. The red-haired kid is standing next to it. As I stay low and watch, it looks like he hasn't noticed me. These kids were tricked into helping him collect the persona fragments under the guise of P1 climax. Well, after such an intense battle, staying alive is a bit impressive. I think they deserve some praise there.
It would be a problem if anyone died here, after all.
My goal here is to keep anyone from becoming a victim. That's all there is to it.
That's just something I can't allow. Sorry, but that's why I'm gonna have to gum up the works, by whatever means necessary.
I draw my pistol and aim it at the red-haired young man through the fog. Show. Sho's looking up at the giant shadow with an expression of rapture. Maybe he's too busy with this new world. He's not even looking at it this way. Well, that's convenient for me. I slowly thumb back the hammer on my revolver. People may not know this about me, but I'm actually pretty confident with my aim. I was always in the top of my class in pistol training at the academy. I take aim at the persona fragment in front of Sho. Well, maybe it's too big to be called a fragment now. If I can break that thing, Sho's plan is done for. I've already got the one chance. That's okay. I can't miss from here. I concentrate and put my finger on the trigger.
What?
Did I hit it? I'm sure I got it, but the persona fragment didn't break. The impact of the bullet was only enough to crack it slightly.
One shot wasn't enough.
I'll have to get another shot in. I quickly take an aim and crack in the crack in the pistol. A crystal. But just then, I'm about to pull the trigger.
Hey, Adachi, what the hell are you doing?
Sho stands in front of me with a look of rage. Oh, he found me. A frontal assault is the absolute last thing I wanted to do, but I guess I can't help that now. I doubt he'd believe me if I tried to hold my finger and told him my finger slipped.
Did I ever say I was going to cooperate with you? You goddamn son of a... I'll destroy you!
I'd love to see you try. Oh boy.
Final.
Let's get to work.
What are you doing?
You won't hit me. Here. Bastard.
Jumping around like a damn rabbit.
Something like this?
It's fun toying with you. I won, but it's more like Sho just got tired of fighting and gave up. I was hurt pretty badly, but Sho must have used a lot of stamina in that battle. I sat down on Sho's chest to keep him pinned.
Bastard. What's this about? Were you planning to betray me from the start? What an ungrateful little prick!
Sho glares at me, seething. He must really be pissed. I can feel him trembling under me.
Didn't I say? I told you I was gonna do whatever I want. You cocky dipshit. Don't think that you've won. You must be seriously stupid to defy me. That's why you lost to them, you goddamn stupid moronic idiot!
All this yapping is hurting my ears. How many times do you have to call me a moron, you moron? I press the muzzle of my pistol against Sho's jaw to shut him up.
You actually have the nerve to say that to me. You're the one who got all cocky and started a fighting tournament. Haven't you had your fun? Because there's no way a brat like you could control that kind of power. You really should just say you're sorry to everyone and go back home like a good little boy, you know? Shut up, shut up, shut up! The hell are you mocking me for? I'll kill you! Get off me! I can do this! What's wrong with doing things because I can? Want me to skewer you from your jaw straight through your skull? Doing it because you can, huh? You know, watching you really irritates me.
It's like seeing myself last year. Seriously, it's irritating. The persona fragment is only a few meters away. I reckon my pistol while holding Sho. I recock my pistol while holding Sho down. I take aim at the small target half hidden in the red fog. This will end all of this. In the blink of of eye. In the blink of eye, yeah. My view flips upside down. Sho, who I had pinned down just a moment ago, is now sitting on top of me. Shoot. Sho's got that power too. I don't have any control over my own body. I just lay on the ground like a rag doll. Sho's eyes glow a burning red in his fury.
I'll kill you, Adachi. I'll crush you into pulp so no one will know what you even looked like!
That brat begins punching me in the face. I can taste blood from a cut lip. My head rocks with the impact of each hit. It's some power he has. If I'm still thinking that, I still have some life in me.
You bastard! What are you thinking? You know how important this thing is! Are you trying to ruin my plan?
If he wanted to kill me, he could just pick up his sword and do me in with a single slash. Instead, he gets on top of me and starts pounding. Not letting me off so easy. Lucky for me, his rage is getting the better of him. Once a brat, always a brat. Sure, this hurts, but if my luck keeps up, I might survive this.
That's what I said. I tried to destroy those persona fragments by striking when I saw the chance. You worthless vermin. I knew you weren't worth shit. But to think you were biding your time for this, well...
Oh, this isn't good. Things are going black. I don't even feel much pain anymore. I'm on the verge of passing out. Don't they teach kids the meaning of word moderation in schools anymore? At this rate, he might actually kill me.
You really pissed me off, you piece of shit. Well, you were nothing but trash I was only planning to use from the start! Ha!
I nearly black out from that intense blow, and I managed to hang in there. Maybe he got tired of hitting me. Sho gets up, picks up his sword, and looks down at me mockingly.
Just for curiosity's sake, how are you planning to use me? I think you're misunderstanding me. You know the whole taming business? I wasn't planning to rely on your knowledge to begin with, moron! All I need is your persona. I was gonna rip off your persona, turn it into a shadow, slam it into the gathered shadows, and presto! Adachi's part is done.
He was going to turn my persona into a shadow and fuse it with the shadows he was collecting. I don't have a clue what he's talking about. As I lie there confused, Sho holds his stomach and laughs merrily.
Ooh, I love that stupid look on your face. It's so great. I'm gonna let you in on some more secrets. Seems like the power left in you interferes with the thing I'm planning to absorb. I guess that power beyond humanity clashes with each other. But when that happens, that thing won't be at its full strength. So if you think about it the other way around, using your power stops that thing from doing whatever it wants. And then I get to tame it!
So in order to control the power he was going for, he has to counter it with even more power, huh? I think I see a flaw in that reasoning, but given that we were talking about a power surpassing the realm of man, here, logic might be going out the window.
Once everything was ready and I cut up the rest of them, I was gonna kill you slow. Still, I at least gave you the chance to have some fun, you piece of shit. I was gonna let your crap slide until I showed you the end of the world you never got to achieve. Why not? Right? Don't think we're the same, you little brat. What? What was that? You think the whole world hates you just because someone didn't treat you right. You're nothing but a little kid throwing a tantrum. You know, I seriously hate this world. Don't put me in the same shoes as a half-assed brat like you. Please? You're so finished, you bastard. I'll kill you just like you want. Sure, I'm lame. Whatever. But you don't know yet, do you? Those guys don't play around. You better be prepared. Die, you piece of shit.
Joe slowly unsheathes his sword and lies it across my throat. The touch of cold steel against my neck gives me goosebumps. The situation gone foobar. If my own corpse ends up hanging from a telephone pole somewhere, it's gonna make last year's case even more complicated. And if that happens, all the work I've put in will go down the drain. Not only will my rules be taken away from me, if the investigation into last year's case gets dropped, then there'll be nothing left. There was the experience that defines who I am now. I can't allow it to become a lie. The katana gleams red in the moonlight when Sho raises it high into the air, and then...
Stop it, Sho!
The impact I expected doesn't come. I slowly open my eyes to see Yukon holding Sho back.
Oh, you're early. Way to ruin the moment.
Yukon frowns, not understanding what's going on. He seems confused that Sho and I are at odds. It's not like I need him to sympathize with me. I don't need his pity. But I don't want him to be misunderstood either. I don't want to be misunderstood.
Just to be clear, I didn't do it for you guys. I just wanted to set things right for myself.
I know, you're not that type of person.
A look of relief spreads across Yukun's face. Seriously, kid, you're a dope. If another crazy corpse shows up in that town, the investigation would have to start from scratch again. Thinking about that happening pisses me off. That's all.
You're such a know-it-all. It's not very attractive.
I try to mock him, but talking hurts too much. And thanks to Sho beating the crap out of me, everything's getting cloudy again. I've done this much on my own. It's your turn to stop him, team leader. I can't even say those words, but that's what I'm thinking. It's then that I lose consciousness. Good guy, Adachi. He really did went soft. How stupid. Let's see. Yeah, why not? The first thing I see when I come to is Yukon fighting a giant monster. The creature is made up of countless shadows moving as a giant whole. It's wreathed in flames intense enough to scorch the entire world. It's what I'd call the end of the world.
Oh man, going up against a monster like that's gonna be impossible. Even for you, Kun.
The situation looks bleak, but on a closer look, Yukon doesn't look like he's losing. In fact, he's positively overflowing with energy, though it's beyond me where it's coming from. Could that be what all these bonds and friends stuff is about? But either way, he's dealing with the power that surpasses the realm of man. He's entered it, but without a way to deal a definitive end blow, the fight's at a stalemate.
Impossible! What power is this? How can one human's power alone be enough to best me?
You know, Kagutsuchi, that's what holds you back. The power I wield. The power we wield. It will never succumb to someone like you!
Silence, pest! I will not lose! I am stronger than anything!
The monster lets out an immense roar and raises its humongous arm, aiming to destroy the ground Yukon is standing on. The tower isn't going to take much more abuse. With all this shaking, not even a Persona user could survive a fall from here. He's seriously a pain in the ass.
Persona!
I quickly summon my persona, Megatsu Izanagi, and attack the monster from behind while it's busy with Yukun. Rend it, Megatsu Izanagi. My persona's blade, covered in blackish red flames, strikes the monster's arm and knocks it away.
Adachi-san? What are you doing? I set everything up perfect for you, and you still didn't finish it off before I woke up.
Still, at this rate, there's no telling if he'll have the stamina to keep going. The monster might even have to make a comeback. But if I keep it distracted, there might be an opening to finish it off. Ugh, fine. I'll play along a little.
I can't let you take all the glory. Stay back and rest a while. You'll need to save your strength.
I know, Yukon can be a space case sometimes, but it looks like he understands where I'm getting at. Not bad, kid. I allow myself a small smirk as I look up at the giant body hanging down from the sky. The monster glares directly at me, its murderous intent piercing me like a gimlet.
Hey, how's it going? According to Shokun, the power left in me doesn't sit well with you, huh?
You imbecile! How dare you intrude and have the nerve to stand before me!
The giant body, its massive arms, that strewn jaw, flames spewing along the entire length of it. Damn, that's scary. Yukun's got to be a grade A moron for trying to take this thing on. I don't think there's anything in the world I want to protect strong enough to face this thing. But you know, being this deep in shit is kind of exciting. Fine, I'll take a stand. Not for anyone else. I stand for myself. I'm trembling with the exhilaration building up in my heart, and the fear of what I'm about to do. I can't hold back in a sardoic grin as I shout up into the face of the sky.
What an ugly sucker you are. Come at me. I'll play with ya.
Ooh, I get to fight it too. Please. Oh, yes.
Down. What a hassle.
Fine then.
How about this?
Did you really have to go and do that? Did you really think it was going to be that easy?
How about this? I knew it.
Looks like I messed up. Let's give this another try, shall we? And like that, I lose all my health. What a prick. Come on. This is just upsetting, honestly. And I missed. Like an absolute buffoon.
How about this?
It's a superb victory.
Third time's the try. My body is so hot. I feel like I'm burning up. Just breathing hurts my worn out throat. With the relentless blaze scorching me, I'm half expecting to collapse into a pile of ashes at any moment.
I guess this is the best I can do with my powers.
I was thinking that maybe I could finish him off, but I'm just too exhausted. It's all I can do to stand on my own 2 feet.
Such impudence from insignificant pests!
But it looks like my efforts weren't for nothing. The giant monster gives a roar in pain from all the damage it took. It recoils for a moment.
Itachi-san!
From a fair bit away, Yukun is watching me with a look of surprise and bewilderment. It's not the same look he had last year. When he confronted me in the TV, there's no hostility in his face, no caution in his eyes. I see nothing in his expression but concern for me. It's annoying.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? I don't have time to waste either. So let's hurry up and put it into this.
Right.
Alright, now's our chance. I give Yukun the sign, and he answers with a nod. A power I've never felt before begins boiling up from the depths of my body. The 2 Izanagis, one dark, one light, resonate. Our powers merge together to become one giant force inside the 2 of us. I take that strength, revel in it just for a moment, and we unleash it all at Hino Kagutsuchi.
Izanagi! Nagatsu Izanagi!
We were both given the same power, but his evolved down to a different path than mine had. I can tell that it's only grown stronger since the last time I saw him, and while the power pulls at me, I can feel it squeezing me dry. The torrent of power becomes a giant sword that pierces Hino Kagutsuchi, and its body shatters into pieces.
It's over, Hino Kagutsuchi. Time for a monster like you to head on home.
Impossible! How could I fall to this drudgery of fans?
As it screams its death cry, the monster's body crumbles into bits. The flame coating its body flares up one last time.
Serves you right.
Now it's over. The tension that had kept me wound up so tightly, reaches its breaking point and snaps. I can only briefly see the floor rushing towards me as I collapse to the ground, and then everything is blackness. Interesting. So he passed out. And then what next? How much longer do we have of this? I need to see. Okay, one more. I'm gonna try to finish this up today. But before we do anything else, I want to do a battle again. So I'm gonna be right back before we do that.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. Now then, why don't you introduce yourself?
The persona ability is the power to control one's own heart, and the heart is strengthened through bonds. As you form bonds by becoming involved with others, your own social links will gradually develop. The power of these social links is what will determine your persona's abilities.
What in the world happened to my avatar then? It was doing something before I came back. Anyways.
You wanna play with me?
Picture in your head your own appearance as well as your alter ego. Your persona. I wish you good luck.
I want something difficult again. That boss didn't count.
A battle of wills!
Is it okay if I finish this quick?
With this power I hold.
Round one.
Here it is. You have come. Is that so? Passing through. You have come. Is that so? Just as I is that so? Is that so? You have come. Here it is.
Attack?
You have come.
Hurry up and get lost!
Magnificent power.
Damn, I know what you're thinking.
You have come. Is that so?
Hey, what's the matter, dude? I'll put you out of your misery!
Adachi.
But you'll win the next
Wait. Round two. Fight!
Go! Still turn it around.
Like this, too slow!
You have come. You have come. Just as enough.
Go too slow!
You have come.
Splendid! Keep moving at me!
Is that so?
Oh, my dear!
Excitement is
Out of your misery!
breaking
Go too
news.
slow!
Danger. Yeah. Catch me if you can. Break the
Say
you
you
have
pray.
touch. Towering ice ball.
Once and for all.
Passing through. Go. Catch me if you can.
Get
It's
lost!
mine.
Huh? It's over already.
Adachi.
Day.
Wait.
In that case, good night.
Anyways.
What a shocking finish!
Is this where your precious justice got you? You can't possibly think you'll win.
I think I got the whole air combo down.
Welcome to the
At least like
Velvet Room.
partially. some time though,
This place.
since it's a bit more confusing than comboing things together on the ground. You gotta be pretty fast with your execution. Anyways, let's get back to the story and figure out what happens. When I come to, I'm lying face down on the part of the TV world where those old TV sets are stacked around the blocks. Like blocks. I don't remember how I got here after fighting that monster. But one thing's for sure, we annihilated that monster from the world, and there wasn't a single victim created by this entire incident. As long as that's a fact, I don't care about the rest. I fulfilled my objective. I managed to sit up and look around. Sho is lying on his back on the floor, and Yukun is looking at me as if he wants to say something.
Adachi-san.
Man, what a pain.
Wait, but he was absent in Yu's story.
I had no intentions of seeing you guys ever again, you know?
I finally figured out why you came here, Adachi-san.
That kid talks like he knows me. Don't you go making a relieved face like that. I purposely ignore him and walk over to Sho. I slap him on the cheek.
You took a pretty bad beating, too.
Sho opens his eyes slightly and groans in pain. Looks like he's awake, but he doesn't have the energy to move. The madness and intense murderous intent are both gone. All he does is breathe. Well, looking at him like that, he's no different from your average kid. I remember when I was in the same condition as him. He reminds me of myself. Just a little.
That's why I told you that power can't be controlled.
Is it all over?
I don't think it's all over yet. Those nosy kids pushed your reset button before it was too late.
When I look over at Yukun, his eyes go around in surprise. Oh, come on, you didn't know it? No wonder he's enjoying his youth so much. He doesn't realize all the important things going on around him. Idiot.
Well, that's fine with me. A kid should enjoy doing what he wants. Just don't drag me into it. But now's the only time you get to do that, you know? Once you go out into the real world, there's really nothing great about it.
Shows like me, a man consumed by power. It has still got plenty of chances to start over. He'll find out that whether he likes it or not. The connections between people are also chains. They brought me nothing but trouble. So I can understand why Sho would want to push that crap as far away from himself as possible. But the troublesome thing is, once you start making connections with other people, they start winding their own way around you before you notice it. Even when you're suffering from weakness and pain, they just don't hold back. But depending on how you handle it, it can create possibilities for you. In other words, whether you make use of the connections or let them go to waste is all on you. Plus,
In other words, you can't just run and hide in this world. It doesn't let you off the hook that easily. Well then, it's about time I head back. If your friends show up, they'll only start yapping about some annoying drivel again.
Adachi-san, you're going back, right?
What's that supposed to mean? Did you think I'd run away like in some Hollywood drama?
No, that's not what I meant.
I just want to do my time quietly. I really don't want to get wrapped up in something like this ever again.
I spit that at him as I stick my head into one of those TVs stacked up there. As I'm about to shove myself the rest of the way in, I hear a voice.
Please, wait!
The desperation in Yukun's voice startles me. My heart skips a beat. I can't help but pull myself back out. Being caught off guard like this surprises me. But like hell, I'm gonna let him know that. I decide to play things off as normally as I can.
Don't yell like that. You startled me. So, you still have business with me?
Dojima-san said, I'll go see you once things have been settled.
Oh, give me a break. If Dojima-san shows up, I'll get yelled at even in lockup.
I can already see it in my mind, and I make a face seeing that Yukun laughs. That punk.
Maybe so. Adachi-san, good luck.
He called me back just to say that. Good luck. My luck is none of your business. Seriously, he's still the same annoying brat I knew from before.
Dumbass.
I load all the venom I can muster into throwing that word Yukun's way. I don't know what face he makes when he heard it. I've already stuck my head back into the TV, saying my farewells to his world for good. I'm going back to following my own path. This time, I'm going to make sure I won't be seeing them again. I slowly close my eyes. I'm exhausted to my limits, but it's an oddly pleasant feeling. Then the next one. Epilogue.
The prosecution's been settled.
It's been a few months since that P1 Crimex bullshit. The prosecution's case finally rested in the middle of summer, and I was transferred to the detention center. Going to court means that there's no possibility that I'll get to the maximum penalty under the law, but instead of worrying about that, I'm more relieved that all those troublesome days are finally over.
Man, my road until now seemed long and short at the same time.
Last year I lost it at my own game. Having to put up with this shitty world, one day I was suddenly given a special power. That was when my game started. I had lousy human relationships, a boring job, and was part of a corrupt society. If I could destroy it all, I could remake the world in the way I wanted. And I'll admit it, I enjoyed the game as if trying to fill my own empty heart. Even the pressure of the unknown creeping on me gave the ultimate thrill. But eventually, I lost to the brats from the investigation team and was arrested as the serial killer who terrorized Inaba. Game over. After it was all over, the only things I had left were my experiences and my rules. All games have rules, of course, and once I was caught, I decided that I'd follow the rules of this reality to atone for my sins and confessed everything to the police. And yet, if some mysterious corpse who died of unknown causes was found hanging around here somewhere, they declare the case open again and start suspecting that the true killer was on the loose. If that happened, it would mess up the rules I'd set for myself. I'm not going to stand for that. That's all. Because of the recent commotion, and by how I was mysteriously gravely injured while in custody, it means that my incarceration is going to be longer while they try to figure out what happened. I was starting to get tired of all these goddamn psych evaluations as well. I keep telling them that I'm not going to follow the rules of this world, so they should take things a little easier on me, right? Seriously, the people in charge of this are so hard-headed that it's a pain in the ass.
Then again, it doesn't change the fact that I'm bored. I wonder if the way things were before would have been less dull.
I threw myself onto the moldy-smelling tatami mat in my cell and yawned loudly. Just as I'm drifting off to escape my sleep, I hear footsteps approaching from the hall.
Hey, you have a visitor.
What? Must be Dojima-san.
I roll my eyes and groan inwardly. Just as Yukun said, the instant my indictment was completed, I get a letter from Dojima saying that he'd come see me. What timing! Dojima-san was waiting for me to be moved into the main detention center, and I feel he's caught me.
Why would he want to see me after all this? He really is nosy.
This is so awkward. I thought I'd cut any ties between me and Dojima-san for the moment I was arrested.
Well, you gonna see him or not?
This is why I hate him.
I stand up without a word to the guard. Refusing wouldn't do any good. I, of all people, know how persistent he can be. I squint at the harsh light outside the door where Dojima-san is waiting for me.
Hey. Have you fattened up a bit since the last time I saw you?
Well, life in lockup is much easier than your grueling training.
Did I really just hear you say that?
Dojima-san laughs at my taunt. I can't stop myself from smiling either, and I look down quietly so that he doesn't notice. I threw our connection away, but it came back. I cut it, but it wouldn't stay cut. The bonds between people really are troublesome. And yet, somewhere inside of me, I can't help but feel a little relieved at the way things turned out. I guess having a bond like this isn't so bad. I think that to myself, but I accidentally murmur it out too loud. The sound slips away, lost among the calls of the cicadas outside the window. The end. That was really sweet. What? I like that. That's really cool. Warmed my cold dead heart. Gotta watch these one more time. And then, after this, because it's the only option I have left, we're going to be doing episode Persona 3. I'm not saying that it's bad, right? But I certainly wasn't a huge fan of the fact that Adachi's story was mainly everything that Persona 4 ending was. And like, through the middle part. I mean, I could have done without that, but the ending was good at least. But I did like how Adachi, like, you can tell that he's changed. I mean, not completely, like, he's still a bit nihilistic and crazy, but in the end, like, he still went up to lawful evil, I'd say. Very cool. Character development is an enjoyable thing to see. Theodore's voice actor was up there. That means he's in the game. And also, whenever I launched up the game, I heard Travis Willingham, which for sure was Travis Willingham, which is the voice actor for Theodore. So he is definitely in this game somehow. And I have a feeling we're going to be seeing him in Persona 3 story. No doubt. So I guess be looking forward to that then.
This program was brought to you by the following sponsors.
And then I guess that's that. So, I guess with that being said, everyone, I hope that you all enjoyed this. And as always, until next time, everyone, I will see you all again sometime soon. And until then, bye.